What's up, guys? Welcome to another cool booth tour, and we're talking today about Cooler Master at Computex 2024. Dario from PC Crazy here. We have loads of stuff. We have really loads of stuff. Some interesting cooling for power supplies, some cool cases, as you can see over there. Well, it's kind of blurred out, but regardless of that, let's go inside and check everything that you can expect this year and most likely next year as well from Cooler Master. We're gonna hit it off immediately with the most amazing thing that I've seen so far when we're talking about monitors. We're talking about GP57ZS. This is a 57-inch double 4K monitor, which, as you can see, you can split it as you wish. The ultimate immersive display, I would say. 1000R, we're having, as I said, already dual 4K resolution. We have VA panel with mini LED, quantum dot, and quite interesting, huge shape right here, as you can see when we're talking about the stand. Hopefully there will be a chance to actually do a review about it and discuss more when we're talking about connections, quality of the screen, panel, and everything all together. But this looks outstanding. Imagine this in a sim rig. Now, you've seen the Sneaker X already a couple of times, finally seeing it live. The case definitely looks much bigger than I saw on the videos and everything else. Now, for some mainstream monitors, we're having here GP27QP. I'm not quite sure this should be a QHD, but we're talking about mini LED technology, VA panel, and 240 Hertz with HDR 1000 brightness and 2500:1 contrast ratio, which is quite all right, I would say. Next in line, we have the GM27QPA. This is QHD 240 Hertz. We're talking here about quite nice monitor, a bit upgrade, I would say, when we're comparing these two. But regardless of that, still an outstanding monitor, and hopefully, again, review without a doubt. Finally, we have the GM27QP, again, QHD 240 Hertz, low blue light mode, flicker-free, and loads of other stuff. They don't have too much written here, but a little bit of a curvature. I would say this is quite enough if you're deciding to go with triple monitor design with this one, so it doesn't take out too much space when we're talking about the curvature in general, if you go with a triple something like racing or something similar to that. Now, here we have two new chairs. This material is definitely something different. It's not leather, it's not actually, it is some sort of a fabric, but it's scratch-proof, spill-proof, and it's quite interesting. Quite a regular shape, I would say, not too much aggressive on the sitting position on the side. It is, you have two cushions, one for the backrest, one for the neck rest, as well as on this one. Here we go. And just regular movements, but still nice material that you could actually sit on for longer hours. Here we have the Master Liquid X Core. Now we're talking about X-Kit modular pump. Possible to adjust it, possible to grab a custom one. And let's see what they have. Next to that, we have the SickleFlow Edge 360 addressable RGB, so 3 120 fans in one. Single cable running out for better cable management, adjustment, and everything else. Other than that, we have Master Liquid 360 Ion. Now, this is a bit stronger AIO. We're talking about Gen X dual chamber design, 2.1-inch LCD display, which is right here in the middle. So you have a cool RGB line around that can be adjusted, of course. Then you have the Cooler Master logo sprayed out, let's put it this way, and an LCD display that can be adjusted through the software. Something when we're talking about the fans, Mobius 120 XT, increased fan thickness, new 3-phase motor, quick connect system, as you can see right here. The magnetic, oh, it's not actually magnetic. You actually have to place it here and then twist it. And the connection here goes the same when we're talking about this one right here. Master Liquid Harmony, we're talking about new 11th generation pump, dual 40mm VRM fans, which obviously aren't visible here. And we have vertical light bar accent on the sides. here and here, and a nice subtle Cooler Master logo. There we go. With Mobius fans. And the new version of Mirage, we're talking here about Master Liquid Mirage 2. We have the new Mobius 120 XT fans on the radiator. Advanced pump innovation when we're talking about the new pump design, and it has a quick release bracket system. Now, next in line, we have the retro fan. Now, this, when we're talking about screen on fans, this is actually quite cool because we're talking about dot matrix LED display, which is kind of, it isn't dampened down. It looks like it has some sort of a diffusion on the LED, which kind of does look cool. 612 Ventus air cooler, which gives you an option to open the top quite easily, remove the front fan, and for instance, if you want to, let's see this, and if you want to adjust the last fan here at the rear, you can easily do it to lift it up depending on the I/O shield. We have some speakers over here. This is Winx display speaker. And we have a retro display. This will be most likely regional, so I don't know where they will be actually available. And we have the Pro Station, which has loads of, it's a kind of ultimate dock for everything. It has built-in 2.1 soundbar, KBM switch integration, cooling system, and effortless data backup. You can do actually everything here by opening these panels and adjust whatever you need. Yeah, I don't want to break it. So it will most likely come in different colors, giving us a possibility to choose whatever you see in this case. So I don't have to mention everything specifically. Encore 100 Max, V8 cooler. This is GTS, next generation 3D DVC. Quite interesting design. I do have to say, something out of this world without a doubt. And here we have the Mobius 120 installed on the 612, new one inside the case, which looks outstanding. Talking about new cases, we have the Encore 600 Prestige, which comes in actually two varieties. We have the Prestige and the regular one. The Prestige one, they still are deciding should they be going with the gold accent here in terms of being it glossy as it is, or leaving it brushed as this one. They place the carbon over here at the top, but that will be most likely changed. But the visual aspect, when we're talking about the case in general, looks quite interesting because we're talking here about the complete three-side open tempered glass, curved on all sides. And just curious, what will they do with the empty space here? Because this is still in, let's say, a prototype version. But when you check out the Encore 600, you can see that they have bracket for the radiator mount on the side, which is angled by certain degrees to give that more intake, or is that exhaust? Because we're looking down here as the intake. This could be only exhaust at the back, giving you a possibility to create a better airflow through the case. And of course, I think we have a certain, should be a GPU bracket since the case can be inverted. You can see that. On the left, on the right, we have a regular position with possibility to place two 2.5-inch SSDs on top beneath the AIO, which is a place on top. And here we have the inverted layout. Next in line, we're talking here about Masterbox 500 Prisma. This is clipping, working, and gaming. We have an LED panel that lights up this way, and we have an additional button. This will be still decided how this will be done, because now they have two Cooler Master buttons here on the bottom and on the top when the power supply is, power it on. But we're talking about really cool case in general because it has the bottom compartment completely open, airflow intake. We have a possibility to place the universal GPU holder kit, addressable RGB. Side 360, back 120, top 360 radiator, and quite loads of possibilities when we're talking about additional storage and loads of space at the back. So that means we have the back connect as well, giving you a possibility to rearrange those cables quite nicely. So we have the new case, new Masterbox 500, which has dual addressable RGB light strip front panel. So check it out. It's right here beneath the lower fan and one at the top. They removed the I/O ports from the top and placed them here on the side. Versatile cooling option without a doubt, because you can go with 360 on front, 360 on top. You have front side mounted I/O design, which I already stated, and back connector for the motherboards. Also possibility to mount fans here on the power supply shroud, giving you an option for additional GPU cooling. So this is the first BTF GPU concept case where you actually place GPU right here on top. And as you can see, there are no cables running from the graphic card since we're talking about BTF. This means that you can swap your graphic card as you wish, and giving you an option to have a build with 7-liter volume. And the concept case basically represents the smallest high-end performance PC cases. Next in line, we have the NR200P V2 BTF, which has a quite interesting design where we're talking about the GPU placement. In general, this gives you an option to, if you desire to do so, have the GPU completely visible as such, or they will eventually add a panel mesh part here that will cover the GPU just to protect it from additional dust. Okay, so now we have here the Master Hub. Now, you might have already seen this on a couple of videos before and how they introduced it, but the cool thing about the Master Hub is that you can adjust literally everything as you desire. So you just simply magnetically remove it. Each of the additional components here has a connector which easily connects to the Master Hub, giving you an option to actually do anything inside the software, adjusting the volume wheels, the knobs, the additional knobs here that you have, volume wheels, or this can be, of course, adjusted additionally. Program the buttons to whatever you wish and whatever you desire, giving you an option to actually customize it and modify it to your liking, and make some cool shortcuts or just help well with work when we're talking about Photoshop, Premiere, and similar products. So we have here a teardown of XMighty Platinum power supply, and there are loads of components here cooled individually with passive cooler. Now, what's the thing about here? They created a fanless power supply with high wattage, giving you a possibility to have a fanless premium power supply that will give enough power to your high-end PC. The thing is, with this, you have heat pipes and copper plates that cool down the chips, the MOSFETs, and everything all together. As you can see, it's really detailed. And as you can see, it goes in loads of details regarding the heat dissipation to actually keep the power supply cool under extreme loads. Let's go further here because we have X-Silent Max Platinum with 1300 watts, ATX 3.1 compliant support, and durable 12V 2x6 cables, which are angled by 90 degrees, giving you an option to basically do a cable management properly, not worry about the actual cable or anything that we witnessed so far. There is also a power supply with 3000 watts and 2000 watts. We have support for multiple 40 series GPUs, exceptional, reliable, and efficient because of the cooling that they designed for the internal components with great heat dissipation. Now something from a regular lineup, we have GX3 Gold White Edition from 1250 watts to 750. GX3 Gold, which I used in the last build regarding the Masterbox 600. And then we go with something smaller for your SFF builds, SFX Gold 850, 750. Gold, black, and white. We're talking about as well 1300 and 1100 watts with ATX 3.1 support, black and white. V1600 Platinum V2, which you also seen in the, I think it was half 700 Evo build. And then we go there at the back where you can see that we have also the XMighty power supply installed. If you're considering that passive huge heatsink, that's just a prototype for this build. It's not going into the production. Definitely the most impressive thing was the 57-inch monitor. We're having new cases. The Prestige one looks outstanding, and you know, I'm a lover for the black and gold builds in general, so it will be quite interesting to do something crazy insane In that one, we're talking about new AIOs, which have new design pumps, Mobius new fans, which help with the performance in general, and the new monitors, apart from the 57-inch, of course. So quite outstanding, and can't wait to check them out and do a review for you guys. Thanks, and see you soon in the new one. Bye.